Hey, everybody, it's Will from Will's Treasures. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday, and I wanted to shoot this video today because I've been getting a lot of emails asking me about my metal detecting and what was my best find. What do you find metal detecting? How do you get started? Well, it's not going to be a how-to video, but I am going to show you my display of some of my favorite finds. I keep them in a display case right here in my office. So let's go check them out. Right here is my display case. It's got a glass cover that goes over it, protects it all. So you lift it up and let's start checking some things out. So there's a whole bunch of different things. There's coins in here. There's relics in here. There's just things that I think were cool that I found. And this is on top of, there's hundreds and hundreds of other things that I found that are not in this case. But these are the cool things that I wanted to keep. So we're going to start off with some coinage. And this is the only Benjamin $50 that I have found. It's a 1960s. It's in pretty good condition. And you know what's amazing about these silver coins? When they come out of the ground, they're clean. I mean, you got to brush off a little bit of dirt, but silver does not really deteriorate on the ground. Now these here, these are large cent. And these are copper. These things take a beating underground, but you can see it says 1 cent on there. They're almost the size of the $50. So back in the day, these were, I mean, this one is 1882. I don't know if I'll be able to, I can't read that date. What do we got here? This one's pretty crusty too. But the reason why I have found other large cents, and this is, this one's kind of cool. They kind of took some cuts out of it. But the reason why I have these four in my collection right here is that I found these four within 20 feet of each other, which is pretty cool. Now we got some Liberty V nickels here. We have one from 1908 and 1907. I don't remember where I found them. Here's this is a great find. This is a piece silver dollar that I found. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I found this on an old farm. This is a 1923. Great find. This is a Croto bell. Still has the bell inside of it. This is actually just a large one. Usually they're a lot smaller. But it's got some great details on it. And it's fully intact. Called the Croto bell. Not sure what this was, but I thought it was pretty cool. Now let's bring you over to these $50. These are Walking Liberty halves that I found over the years. And this wasn't all in just 1 year. I mean, I've been metal detecting for almost 20 years now. So we got a 1940, 43, 42, 39, 43, 43, 43, and another 43. So those are walking Liberties. And this is a heel plate off of a shoe. It's kind of cool. Old heel plate. Now one thing I find a lot of bullets. Here's the tip of a bullet. Find a lot of them. Here's a couple more shells. Little larger one, smaller one. This one's like silver in color. Do find a lot of bullets. Here's another larger one over here. But cool stuff, man. I found this giant horseshoe, fully intact. A lot of times, these will be all broken. But this one's in good condition, decided to keep it. This is an old face cream container. Pond's face cream. Found this on an old farm. Still intact. Kind of cool find. This is a cap, possibly to a gas tank. Old suspender buckle. Not sure what this was, but I thought it was cool. It's an old forged piece of metal. Couple keys. Here's another, this is part of a belt buckle. Keep that there. Now here are the dimes that I found. A whole bunch of Roosevelt, 90% silvers. Here's one mark here. So a bunch of dimes. And I found this. Karen, if you're out there, I found your tag. This was cool. This had a little bird on it. You can see it. And I'm gonna open this up. It was like a little, I don't know, little container. Little metal container, pretty cool. Found this on a farm. Right up by the farmhouse. I remember when I found this. Really like this. This is an old railroad lock. It's got some weight to it. It's brass. It says AT and S Railroad. Now, I did some research, and this was a railroad that came through the Poconos in the early 1900s. So, nice find. I was real happy about that. Here's a round ball that was fired, and it hit something. You can see. This made out of lead. This the old round balls. There's a tip to another bullet. Now here's some quarters that I found. Got one Standing Liberty. And the rest are Washingtons, a 44, 59, 42, 64, and a 61. And I'll tell you what, you know, when I take these home, I only clean them with water. I don't use any soaps or detergents or anything like that. And they clean up nice. I mean, when you're digging a plug and you see silver, it pops right out. So, here's a couple old belt buckles, shoe buckles, I'm sorry. Look at that. Normally you don't find this cross brace is gone, but this is an old shoe buckle. This is another fully intact one. These are hard to find. This is a belt buckle. Small one, probably a woman's belt. This was some type of key. I believe that this was a an old key to open up a like sardine cans. It's kind of what it looks like. Found a sinker, a little pulley. Like I said, I keep the cool things in here. Here's a small little ring. Not sure what that is. Some buttons. Now these are cool. This is a Civil War token. And a flat button. And when you find these buttons, you want, you know, if you still have the shank on it, that's a good find. Here's another old flat button. Some of them were big back in the day. Another bullet, fully intact. This here is a lipstick case. It still has the lipstick inside of it. It's a metal case. Another horseshoe. Now I'm going to get into the center here. This is special for me, okay? First we got some Liberty dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes my cat getting into the video. Hello, Bandit. What's up? He's never been in this case before, so he's curious. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 Liberty dimes. 1, 2, 3, and 4 Roosevelt dimes. But this here in the center, this is a find of a lifetime. Okay, this is a George Washington inaugural presidential button. And I'm gonna bring that over to my scope, and it still has the shank on it. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over to my microscope so you can get a better look at it. This is a bucket lister for people who metal detect. All right, let's go over to my microscope here. I'm gonna place it down, and so you can get a better look at this. But this is a bucket list thing for people who metal detect. Very hard to find. This was made by a blacksmith back in 1776, okay? And they were given out for people to wear to support the new president. So I'm gonna put up on the microscope this button so you guys can take a look. Now, let's see if you can see. See how it says GW? It has the G and the W in script. Now, on the outer circle right here, it says President. Can you read that? President. And let me spin it a little bit more here. It's wobbling on me. It's got a little bend to it. So it says, long live. Let's spin a little more. Long live the president. Okay, it has the GW in the middle. And around the outside, it has these circles here. Okay, each circle has one of the original 13 colonies. Okay, so you can see them. There's Rhode Island. What is that? That's a E. There's New York, NY. There's New Jersey. Now these are all hand stamped by a blacksmith. Delaware, Massachusetts, Virginia, and New Hampshire maybe. So that's my find, and I'll tell you a little story about this coin, about this button. Is that with the research that I've done, let me put that right back in there. With the research that I've done, I took it to a store, and to an old antique store that buys and sells different things, and I showed it to him, and right on the spot he offered me $7,000 for it. Okay, which I was like, wow, I knew I had something good. I didn't take the $7,000 because the research that I did, two other ones like this, I found online that were auctioned off at an auction house, and one of them sold for $11,000 and the other one sold for $13,000. So $7,000 was a little low. I think I'm gonna hold on to this. It still has the shank. It's a beautiful piece. Probably never find anything like this again. So it's gonna stay in my collection. And so I just wanted to show you guys, you know, there are some very cool things to find metal detecting. It's not as easy as it looks. You know, you watch these videos online, and you know, they only show you the good things that they dig up. You're digging hundreds and hundreds of holes before you come up with something very cool. So if you're going to get into it, don't get discouraged. Stick with it, and you'll find some cool things. So I want to finish off this video with this challenge that I've been entered into, and it's called the $10 a week challenge. And what we're doing, there's a bunch of different channels out there, and what you do is you purchase $10 worth of silver per week, and you just put it in a box. You know, $10, most people can afford 10 bucks a week. It's an easy way to add to your stack. You'll come across some things. You don't want to spend more than 10 bucks. You'll come across some cool things for 10 bucks, and you'll be very surprised. You know, within a few weeks, you'll have a nice little pile in this box, and at the end of the year, that's 52 purchases. So that's $520 you're spending on adding to your stack. And this is the first week that I'm doing it. Okay, it's been going on for a couple weeks now, but this is my first week. And I went to my coin store, and I managed to get this 1964 John F. Kennedy toner. It's 90% silver. It's in this case, and it's really starting to tone up nice. The back has some toning on it, but it's in this case, and I got this for $9. Okay, $9 for that. And then he threw in a 1964 Roosevelt dime to add to that. So I paid him 10 bucks for both of these coins. So that's the first thing that's going into my $10 a week collection. I'm going to do this week after week, and I'll post a video up, let everybody see what I got. And I'll find out all the other channels that are involved, and I'll put their names in the comments. But for my first week, I'm kind of happy with this purchase. JFK 1964 toner and a 90% 1964 Roosevelt dime. So thanks guys for watching tonight. I hope you found that interesting about my metal detecting finds. I can show you full 5-gallon buckets full of trash that I pulled out of the ground. So, you know, you don't always find the good stuff, but if you stick with it, you will find something very cool. So thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.